Hey everyone, welcome into the Recruiting Roundup brought to you by IBEW Local 640. I'm Claudia Collins, and joining me is head football analyst over at Arizona Varsity, Cody Cameron, but he's got another title right now, I understand, as camp coordinator, and you're out in Southern California right now. I'm kind of jealous. You're getting cooler temperatures. So, camp coordinator for all of these Arizona high school teams going out for camp. What does this mean for your role and for these guys that are going out to these camps this summer?
Well, I absolutely love it, right? And selfishly, because I get to escape the 115-degree heat that Phoenix brings every single day. But no, it's awesome, Claudia. I mean, I've been covering football in the state for 5 years now, and just getting to know a lot of the players and the coaches, especially the coaches off the field, and getting to hang out with in a setting here where this is the team bonding, right? You know, this is the time where they become a family, and you always talk about the chemistry, whether that's with just your varsity team, but what a lot of the programs they introduce their freshmen to their seniors and juniors in a camps like this. So seeing everything come together, you know, before the pads come on, I really enjoy that part. And then, you know, especially getting to talk to those top athletes in the recruiting world, like me and you do all the time, and getting those small nuggets that you probably want to get just at practice. And I get the luxury of getting that at camp, but I have an absolute blast. It takes place all of July, and it's awesome.
Well, as someone who went to summer camp, but it wasn't football camp, it's all about camaraderie. But what else are these guys getting on top of building that team chemistry, you know, once they come back to Arizona and sink back into 115 degrees?
I think memories, you know, so like being a former high school football player and playing football for so many years, I just remember camp as being memories. And yes, there are parts that stink, you know, like you're practicing 3 or 4 times a day and you're exhausted, but just overcoming that, you know, letting in the fourth quarter, right, just to translate to a game, you know, when you're tired, you got to get over that hurdle. And so camp, that's all about coming together and creating memories outside of the football field. So I'm in California right now, and heck, all day Desert Ridge and Centennial played at the beach, you know, 5 hours, and they did a bunch of different building, bonding experiences, and trust falls into the ocean and jumping over waves and stuff. And some of these kids, Claudia, have never seen the ocean, you know, so for them, I mean, that's a huge memory and a check off the bucket list right there. So just all of that in one, and then you add the football aspect to it. It's pretty special.
Okay, so what does the day-to-day look like on the football side of things at these camps?
So usually teams get about 2 to 4 practices in, and you know, when you do activities like go to the beach, or if we're in the forest at some of our forest camps in eastern Arizona, some hikes, or they're playing in the river and doing some rock jumps. But a good 2 to 4 days, a lot of conditioning. I mean, a lot of our camps are high elevation, and so they're getting their conditioning in pretty good. A lot of installation of schemes, and also some film work. So heck, they got 24 hours a day, and I tell you what, Claudia, these coaches maximize all of that. And there's about for some of them 16 to 18 hours of football, and some of them maybe there's only 4, but they're maximizing their day pretty good.
Okay, so you're a camp coordinator and you're living in a dorm right now. Do you feel like you're back in college? I mean, and it's a bare bones dorm too. We're not going to
nothing's on it. I know. I no decoration. I got my girlfriend would tell me I have zero taste. Yeah, there's it does. So I mean, I'm old now. I turned 27 this past year, and so I'm older, on the older side. I know, but it does. I mean, most of our camps, there are dorms. We really prioritize giving beds to a lot of the players, and so beds are offered at all 4 of our campsites. But definitely college vibe, especially with the old windows and the old blinds that don't work, and it's amazing. But I really enjoy it just because, like I said, I'm with all the team, I'm with all the athletes and stuff like that. It's an early wake up call when all those coaches are blowing the air horn at 4:30 a.m. And so maybe that's a little college life, but it's pretty awesome.
Okay, college life for you, but do you think it's also good college prep for these guys? You know, this is the recruiting roundup. We are talking, you know, future college football players here. Is this preparing them for those 4:30 a.m. weight lifts and that kind of deal when they go on to play at the next level?
Heck, being a college athlete is a 24/7 chore. I mean, you talk to any former athlete, right? It's an all day thing. So yes, when they're waking up at 5 a.m. and having to practice and have to be on schedule for every single second, every minute throughout their day, I absolutely think there are benefits and prepares them for the college life, especially a lot of these seniors who are going to be 4-year athletes at the next level. this prepares them for that college schedule. And we're at Cal Lutheran University right now. And literally, I think for a lot of these kids, it would be replicating what they would do in college. And so I think that's pretty cool. And they understand that too.
All right. And you've gotten to see a lot of these guys that are going to play at the next level. And at the top of that list is Liberty's Gardner. And he's going to be making his decision on August 3rd. So that's coming up here. What have you seen out of him?
I mean, Michael, he was just so special last season. He was a monster and terrorized everybody that he played. So it didn't surprise me when his recruiting absolutely skyrocketed after the season. He got big time Power 5 offers from almost every single major Power 5 conference. And honestly, Claudia, I could not be more happy for Michael because he's a great guy and he's a special football player. And recruiting side, I can't wait to see where he announces. He's taken a couple visits. I know he visited the University of Texas, and Austin is always very special, especially for our Arizona athletes. I think that place is just amazing. You also got University of Oregon, and Cole Martin ticked off the class of 2023 early in the state of Arizona when he verbally committed to Oregon. And talking to Cole, he's trying to get everybody in the state to go to Eugene, Oregon. And Cole's a player who can make that happen. Michael, if he committed to Oregon, could go up there and absolutely terrorize the Pac-12 with his high motor and just how nasty and ferocious he plays. I can't wait to see what August 3rd brings for Michael Gardner.
Okay, if Michael ends up there along with Cole Martin, what does that do to the recruiting landscape here? Are we just going to have everyone go to Oregon?
I think there's already a pipeline there. Kyler Casper, who was once a 2023 kid, reclassified 22, is up there too. The Arizona to Oregon pipeline will forever remain strong, and it's they're going to have to add more flights up there to Eugene because there'll be a lot of Arizona kids coming up there.
Okay, someone else with a lot of options at the next level, Deuce Robinson. He could do baseball, football. Sounds like probably both. What have you seen from him?
He's probably one of the most Power 5 ready players that I've ever seen, especially at the tight end position. He is so athletic. He's also one of the most humble players I've ever met in my entire life, covering recruiting the last 5 or 6 years. Every big time school wants him. He's got 1 billion offers. You would never know because he doesn't post it. That's how humble he is. But I look at like a natural. He's been at USC 1 million times already. Great fit, but he's a great fit anywhere. Whatever Deuce wants to do, I think he'll be successful at. You know, he's that hard of a worker, and his Pinnacle coaches rave about him. But like I said, any school is going to be a good fit for Deuce. I think USC would be a perfect fit for him. And I expect a decision a little bit later on, but whatever he does, Deuce Robinson is going to exceed it.
Hey, it's MLB draft week. So we got to throw this out there too. Is there, the thought maybe he's going to go the baseball route? Is that something you're hearing? Or are we doing baseball, football, both in college? What's it sound like?
I mean, Deuce would never probably admit it. Like I said, he's so humble and maybe he doesn't even think about that. But hey, if I was 18 years old and an MLB contract was presented in front of me and, $5 to $10 million guaranteed was put there, that is hard to say no. Deuce is a phenomenal athlete, probably one of the best athletes in the state of Arizona, if not the best overall athlete. Absolutely, he could do both. And I think he had fun doing both in college. Wouldn't surprise me if he went to the MLB. Wouldn't surprise me if he just played college football. So.
All right, we're rounding it out in the East Valley. One more guy you want to highlight. Who is it?
Caleb Lemieux, absolute road grader up front for Highland, one of the best offensive linemen in the state. He's actually here right now in California camp. When you just talk about like all the physique, the strength, his base, his footwork, he checks all the boxes up front. Another kid who's just extremely polite. His coaches rave about him, does everything right in the classroom. All the offers. BYU, I think, would be an amazing fit. BYU's done a great job recruiting the state of Arizona. And their official visits are awesome. The kids just go out to the lake. They go jet skiing and they go boating. I mean, that's the life. And they really show our Arizona kids love. But BYU SEC schools offered him like 2 weeks ago. That's another kid. Can't wait to see where he ends up because he's going to be very successful at the next level.
Well, Cody, we always love having you on the Recruiting Roundup. We appreciate it. And I hope you get to sleep in a normal bed again.
One day, Claudia, probably not till August, but I appreciate you.
Awesome. Well, if you want more Recruiting Roundup, head to sports360az.com.